Hi everybody, Robert Wright here, private label law attorney, and today I want to talk to you about 3 different strategies that you can take to safeguard your Amazon sales. Now, if you're like a lot of private label sellers, you've probably taken a course, you've maybe placed a sample order on Alibaba, maybe even placed a trial order, but you've just kind of dipped your toe in the water with regards to selling private label. Well, and that's all well and good, right? You should always kind of validate a product before you start scaling it and really going all in on it. You should really even kind of, just start with small trial orders to test the waters and get comfortable doing private label. But here's the thing. This isn't a hobby, right? If you are selling private label, it doesn't matter if you just have one product or a couple of products. You're in business, and business is war, and people are going to come after you, and liabilities are going to happen. And I'm not trying to scare you with that, but I also want you to know that the reality of when you offer a product for sale, right, you're putting it in the stream of commerce, you're putting it out there, bad things can happen. If you're successful, people are going to come after you. Business is war. And so my guiding principle for all clients is if you're serious about your business, take your business seriously. So what does that mean? What are these 3 strategies that you can take to make sure that you've actually safeguarded your sales and that you're not putting yourself out at risk by treating your private label business as a hobby, okay? First and foremost, you want to operate through some sort of formal business entity. Now this can be different depending upon where you are in the world. Frankly, it can be different depending upon where you are in the States. If organize a limited liability company in the United States, think about incorporating. It doesn't, you can kind of choose between the two. We've got some other videos that'll show you the nuances between the two. But operate through some sort of formal corporate structure. And I say that only because if something bad were to happen, and you're operating, let's say you have a product that gets out there to injure somebody. You've got a product, even if it's the simplest product, it's a TV bracket, right? But the bracket doesn't hold, TV falls off and hurts somebody. That person who's injured, they're gonna sue everybody for everything, and one of those everybody's is you, right? So if you're operating through a limited liability company or a corporation, presumably your personal assets are going to be shielded from being accessed or accessible as part of that litigation. So you want to insulate yourself from personal liability. You want to make sure that only the assets of the business are at stake, and that's why you want to organize an LLC or think about incorporating. Now, obviously, if you're overseas, a number of different entities, and your mileage will vary depending upon what country you're in, but certainly operate through a formal corporate structure, okay? The second thing that you can do is bulletproof your brand. How do you bulletproof your brand? You register a trademark in your brand name, your logo, your slogan. With respect to copyrights, you're going to register the copyright in your product photos, your sales copy, your package design. If your product itself is your own original work, it could be that you actually register the copyright in the product itself, but you want to bulletproof your brand, because if you don't and you're successful, guess what? People are going to come after you. They're going to copy, they're going to swipe, they're going to steal, and you're going to have no legal recourse to go after them. So organize a company to protect your personal assets, right? That's step number 1. Step number 2, bulletproof your brand. Make sure that you've dotted all the I's, crossed all the T's as it relates to copyrights, trademarks, even patents if the need arises. And then thirdly, you want to monitor your listings. You want to safeguard your sales. You want to make sure that as sales are coming in, no one's swiping those, right? We've got to be very aware of hijackers. And so, securing brand registry, actively monitoring listings, filing takedown complaints when people are on listings when they shouldn't be. You need to regularly do those things, right? You've spent too much time, money, and effort building your private label business, all to have it just taken from you because someone is unfairly trading on your brand name, or maybe unfairly kind of pushing goods out there that aren't actually legitimate goods for you, right? So 3 ways to safeguard your sales. Protect your personal assets by organizing some sort of business entity. Could be an LLC, could be a corporation, right? Bulletproof your brand. Make sure you've registered your trademarks. Make sure you've registered your copyrights. If you have any patents, make sure you get those filed with the Patent and Trademark Office, but you have locked down your IP. And then thirdly, safeguard your sales. Make sure you're actively monitoring your listings, making sure that only legitimate sellers are on there. And if you do those 3 things, you've set yourself up for long-term success on Amazon.